Hello, you may look at today's video as an update, showing current views in reflection of a previous uploaded video. Has Donald Trump transcended reality itself, scripting his narrative as Maestro? As you know, much has happened, geopolitically speaking, since this upload 9 months ago. Trump called the Epstein files a Democrat hoax. Charlie Kirk passed away, straining international relations, with numerous interesting synchronicities, hinting at a higher level operation. The Epstein files were released. Trump started making bellicose statements regarding Greenland. And even though Trump seemingly miraculously stopped the Iran-Israel conflict from last year, the conflict restarted over a month ago, putting Israel's leader, Bibi, in direct public spotlight and scrutiny, with the sequence of events causing me to consider different interpretations of the reality beyond the presumed Patriots in control. And so we return to this diagram of the possible interpretations of reality. So here I'll share with you my latest thoughts. It's important to note that theologically, these are also 3 different interpretations. So you have the truly godless natural order, then you have the possibly godless human patriots with advanced technology option, and then you have God's plan. For the white hat patriots option, God can still be involved, just as it's possible God can be involved even with evolution via natural selection. But considering things via the mode of reductionistic thinking, you would place God in the 3rd category. And here, God is implementing his divine plan through many miracles and synchronicities. And we then observe that there are certain groups of people who have an insufferable impact on the world, which is like a catalyst in the process of awakening and salvation. And it's important to note that this 2nd category of the patriots controlling things can also be within the 1st category, meaning that humans may have evolved via natural selection, and future humans in that evolutionary process chose to return to the past, creating this scenario for the 2nd category. Of course, I use the term future humans, but you can also have non-humans who evolved in other worlds interacting in our natural world, resulting in a political situation that is similar to Patriots in control. I do say all this to communicate that I think it's unlikely that God is exerting his plan in a natural evolutionary telling of history, while also allowing for amazing synchronicities. The 2 concepts seem a bit irreconcilable. A God who's powerful enough to create various miracles wouldn't bother with billions of years of evolution. An all-powerful God, in a sense, supports a simulation-type hypothesis for the reality, where he simply generates the scene that we humans and other animals act in. I think it's also appropriate to add a 4th hill, and what this is meant to convey is the concept of the patriots in control. But in this case, the hat color is black, and the patriots may literally not be of this world. Apologize in advance if the exploration of these ideas is creating a bit of discomfort. The 2 poles in my thought process are the rational or the idealistic. One can choose to be blindly idealistic about things and get destroyed the whole time. One can choose to be rational and take no risks, missing out on future rewards. I would say overall the synchronicities seem to encourage a more idealistic viewpoint of the reality. But important to note that if interdimensional dark hat type patriots are really in control, they can create synchronicities to distract us or to feed into religious systems that promote this worldview of this reality of number 3. If we are truly multiversal, we could argue that adhering to the idealism secret with optimistic manifestation can put you, the individual, in a more utopian version of reality, meaning what you focus on, your world becomes. If that were the case, it would be an error on my part to explore these concepts with you at all, as the non-idealistic elements of the reality become center-focused, the sharper the discerning and rationalization comes. As I am but a discerning and rationalizing machine, it may be that my fate is already sealed, but could be brought back in line by blind obedience to the concept of trusting a plan. Keep in mind that when following the material presented by Professor Jiang, you may be subjecting yourself to propaganda, but I bring him up an example of an individual with a strongly rational approach. He shows with the current Mideast conflict there are numerous choke points around the world he anticipates the United States will take advantage of to establish global empire hegemony. He holds that these choke points are intended to surround and control China to force it to trade with the United States more. As I previously explained to you, an anonymous contact who indicated connection with the Patriots hinted to me the concept of reality itself being information like on a blockchain able to be altered as if changing the ledger entry of the blockchain. This being an ability that would supersede time travel, maybe relating to the manipulation of gravity given gravity's effects on space-time. Being idealistic, you love to read it, but being rational, I reflect that I had not been shown any credentials by this individual proving their position. and so would have to take their statements as an article of faith. In future videos, I'm going to go over many examples to explain my evolving worldview. The situation we're in today looks very different than how American patriots expected it would be years ago. I am finding it increasingly difficult to place world events in a 4D chess white hat narrative, a concept promoted in many videos I've uploaded in the past. As an example, recently there was a James O'Keefe expose of a nuclear chief who exposed the bombing of the school in Iran being deliberate by the US. If true, this would indicate that there is a Machiavellian the ends justify the means type thinking within the military. The Anon contact who shared with me many real or pseudo secrets about the world also seem to indicate support for a Machiavellian type of ideology. Given the duration of time of which there have been hardly no vessels being allowed through the Strait of Hormuz, the economic impacts are expected to be summarily devastating for much of the world over the next 3 months, likely over a year into the future. If Machiavellian thinking allowed this to be justified due to the threat Iran posed to the US or due to US empire building, then can I really say that Trump is a maestro for good? With the supposed advanced technology, things can be done in much better ways. There are increasing layers of complexity one must wade through to have that fully optimistic, idealistic mind frame of the matter. In future videos, I'll show you patterns in the data that seem to distract from a fully idealistic frame. I realize that I'm a reality discerning information junkie. I and we all have parts of ourselves that are more rational and parts of ourselves that are idealistic. I think an attempt to balance these so that way we're not too far in one extreme, that this process of discerning the reality, looking for its inconsistencies, exposing the inconsistencies, the discerning process will create various matters to investigate. So then you choose a matter to investigate and then publicize the findings. Once this occurs, one would then have faith in humanity to put in the work based on what's publicized and also to vote in a way that reconciles what's been publicized. In the idealistic sense, we're like a human family. Not all of us sharply discern, but for those of us who do discern, it is incumbent upon us as family members to do the investigation leading to publication. No matter how bad things get, it's possible to maintain some degree of idealism in this process. You can rest assured there will always be some good men. Appreciate this analysis. Please follow me on Twitter as well as YouTube. Send me any messages on the X account. I will reply to you. I do share news items on Telegram. Link to that as a pinned comment on YouTube. Thanks for watching.